We're going to do something completely different. I am very pleased to be joined on the show by Tyler Martinez. And when I heard Tyler's name, it rang a bell with me because I remembered an attorney named Tyler Martinez who had graduated from the leadership program of the Rockies a few years back, a Colorado dude. And it is indeed the same Tyler Martinez. There's probably more than one Tyler Martinez in the world, but this is that very one. And Tyler is now a senior attorney at the National Taxpayers Union Foundation Taxpayer Defense Center. And Tyler is from Colorado, and he went to CU Law School. And anyway, he and his group just won a wonderful little lawsuit. Well, maybe not that little for the people who are involved, defending Tabor. And I thought it would be fun to have him here just, to tell us a happy story about a win for the good guys for once. So, Tyler, welcome to KOA.
Well, thank you for having me. It's always nice to have a win.
Indeed it is. Tell us about the lawsuit.
Sure. So this lawsuit asks a simple question, which is, does Tabor mean what it says? Tabor says that before a government can raise the tax rate, you need to have a vote of the people. It's a simple thing. It's the simplest thing. I sing Tabor's praises all over the country and other states saying, this is how you can fix your government. This is a great idea. Let's do this. Well, a little water conservancy district in northeastern Colorado raised its rate without a vote of the people. And it seems like a pretty straightforward idea to us that Tabor means what it says. And finally, the courts agreed with us.
So just give us a little bit of detail on exactly what governmental entity we're talking about here and exactly what they did.
Sure. So a water conservancy district is important to farmers and ranchers, especially out in the plains where it's really dry. They take care of theoretically building dams or wells or irrigation ditches, those sort of things that you need to keep cattle alive, keep alfalfa growing, keep corn growing, all that good stuff. This water district, though, isn't voted on by the people. It's appointed by a local judge, and there's no vote of the people on like who's on this board or not. And theoretically, they shouldn't be doing much, but they do have the power to have property taxes. And for years and years and years, the Lower South Platte Water Conservancy District had a rate for the property tax of $500,000. And then they decided one day to just double it, just raise it up to $1 full mil, which is a lot of money in the aggregate. That doubled their budget overnight. And they didn't have a vote of the people on this at all. When some citizens stood up and said, hey, wait a second, Tabor, we have Tabor. We have the right to vote on this. Tell us what you're going to use the money for. What project do you want to do? That sort of thing. They said, no, we don't have to. Our budget just requires more money now. And they were just ignored. And eventually they had to try and find legal representation. The problem is that this mill levy doubling, it's a small water district. It's not the big line item on your property taxes. Mm-hmm. It's not like the schools or the fire district or the police.
Right, and we're not talking about Denver or Arapahoe County, right?
Right. We're talking about Washington County. We're talking about literally you're driving up I-76 and you're almost to Nebraska.
Right.
Okay. So you're talking at the very corner of the state. Mm-hmm. And in fact, it's even hard to see the mountains from there. It's a tiny farming community. It's brush. It's those sort of communities, Fort Morgan a little bit. And so the problem is it's a doubled rate, but you can't get a private attorney to just like take on that case because there's not enough money there to fight for 5 years. This case ended up taking 5 years of fighting. And that's what we do at the Taxpayer Defense Center is we protect taxpayers, especially where it's important and the issues and the legal and the constitutional principles are important, but there's not enough money there for the big like law firms in Denver to take it on because it wouldn't make economic sense to do so.
Okay, so I see in the news story that this was at the Colorado Court of Appeals. Is that right?
That's right.
And so I'm not expert on Colorado stuff, but there's at least one and maybe two levels of state court below that?
Right. So this started out in district court, in Logan County District Court. It's the same place if somebody got a felony or a DUI, same sort of judge, but they also hear civil cases. And it started out there, and The judge said, well, I don't know. It seems like it's a ministerial sort of, well, their budget, raised, and so they have to just raise the tax rate. And the law before Tabor allowed up to 1 mil levy, 1 mil for the property tax in this district. That law was written in like the 1960s. So he said, well, it seems like it's okay. And we said, no. Tabor means what it says, and we took it to the Court of Appeals. We took it to the Court of Appeals, and we got a unanimous decision from the Court of Appeals. All three judges agreed with us, saying that Tabor means what it says. You can't raise the property tax rate, especially doubling it, but you can't raise it without telling people why and let people vote on it.
So I'm just about out of time here, Tyler, but I don't understand what would have caused the water district to think they had any chance of winning this case when it got to a real court.
It surprised us too. And so, yeah, once it got to the real court, the judges all knocked it down. They tried to get the Colorado Supreme Court involved in it, and Colorado Supreme Court is no friend of Tabor. But even the Colorado Supreme Court didn't want to take the case. They were like, they never give their reasons why they didn't take the case.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty obvious. And so it was a big deal. It's a big win. But now this water district has to find a way to pay back, in principle, $1.6 million. But you add in interest on that, and it's going to be like a $3 million problem.
Wow.
That all has to be paid back.
For a small district that they're going to have to pay out over time. By the way, I know you, National Taxpayers Union, you're a nonprofit, and you did this pro bono, but I'm wondering, as part of the settlement, will the losers have to pay NTU or NTUF any attorney's fees?
Yes, they will. Tabor provides, the law in Tabor says, hey, if the taxpayers win, they get attorney's fees, or they can at least ask for them, and we got it. And we got our fees, and so they're going to also have to pay for our time, and that helps us with the next fight. And there will always be the next fight.
Absolutely. Tyler Martinez, a senior attorney at the National Taxpayer Union Foundation's Taxpayer Defense Center. They just won an important case for vindicating the rights of taxpayers and vindicating Tabor here in the state of Colorado. Not surprising that a graduate of the leadership program of the Rockies would get that done. Thank you so much for your time, Tyler, and more importantly, thank you for winning that case.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to do it.